Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of My Muscles. Thanks for tuning in to My Muscles. Check those out, looking pretty fly, huh? Welcome back to Astropill, thanks for tuning in. I'm playing Monster Hunter World today, going it solo. Berkeley is not here today. Multiple reasons why I kind of wanted to just do one more episode, and it's not going to be like any crazy monsters or anything. I'm actually going to be picking monsters where I don't have to think super hard about it, because I kind of wanted to just chill out and relax and also explain what's been going on in the past couple days, because whether I don't know if you're following us on Twitter or just kind of noticing that we haven't been putting out some episodes in the past couple days, but I just wanted to explain it. It's been a rough couple days for me. I'm trying to recuperate, and it's just been a huge mess. So once I get into the battle, I'll start explaining it, but I hope you guys are doing well. Let me call some people in. This is a low rank quest, so it shouldn't take too long. I don't know how many quests I'm gonna be doing, but yeah. Okay, so this all stemmed from my own ignorance and stupidity. But to be fair, it's a matter that even like adults around me, when I asked for their advice, they didn't know how to deal with it because they personally hadn't had to go in that situation. Not every adult will deal with this, so it all depends. So what happened was, my car's registration was expired, and it had been expired for a long time. I did not know what that meant. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't really deal much with the whole purchasing of my car. I didn't really I'm a fool, you know? Like, not only, I guess, like, it's not, I don't know if it's that important to, like, educate you on literally every aspect of it, but I just really wasn't told too much about it, and I didn't really ask. So my registration was expired, and I got pulled over. That was a long time ago. I was with paper. We were headed to a con. I don't remember now, to be honest, but which con that was. But I just remember I don't even know if it's that funny. You tell me, paper. But oh crap, here we go. But we made some random joke about the cop that pulled us over. Not like really him or anything specifically. It was just we were headed to an anime convention. And for some reason, we just started making jokes that like he wouldn't really... He's like, where are y'all headed? And it's like, oh, we're going to like, you know, like an anime convention. And he's just like, what, are you an anime? Like, I don't know why. I don't know what the joke is. Paper, help me explain. It's something like we just assumed, like, we just made a joke that he'd be a normie, and like so much of a normie that he didn't know what anime was. And so for some reason he also had a really bad southern accent. He's like, are you an anime? I don't know. It's not funny. Anyways, so the guy pulled me over, and he's just like, I could like impound your car right now, but I'm gonna be nice. You can go get your registration updated and all that and stuff. I was like, okay. So I think I did like go pay for it. I don't know how soon after. I paid for it pretty soon after, but because it was so overdue, like it cost like a lot of money. Like they added a bunch of late fees because of that. And I was like, okay, but I took care of it like pretty soon after he gave me that ticket, right? And I thought that was taken care of. Like I didn't know. I was just like, oh, they're gonna notify the DMV. It's gonna be great. This is such an exciting story for some of you, I'm sure. But anyways, it's to teach you a lesson, to teach you to never be like me and never have to deal with this. Anyways, so I was like, okay, I think it's all settled, but I like didn't read all the like citations or whatever carefully about like, it tells you to go to court at a certain date, and I didn't take it that seriously because like, okay, that ain't my first rodeo to tickets. Like I've gotten other tickets before, right? But they were like kind of more minor stuff, I guess, and just, it was like car related, you know, one time for speeding, one time for some parking violations. Look, it happens, okay? We're all human, we all err. But like I would just pay for the tickets and then like that'd be it. I don't know if they all told me to go to court on a specific day, but like it was never anything, you know, I had to worry about afterwards. So I thought it was all taken care of. And then like I guess I got like 2 different notifications. I'm not super sure, honestly. Like it's so lost to me now. But I got different letters telling me like, oh, you missed your court date. We're gonna add like $500 million more onto your fee, I guess. And then you gotta show up and blah, blah, blah. I was just like so shocked because like the second notice, I don't really know, to be honest. But like one of the notices came while I was in Japan with Berkeley during December. So there was no way for me to see that, right? So finally, I rescheduled it to like sometime in February, and they were like, hi, so this particular court hearing thing, it's not going to be one where you're allowed to plead your case. You can either say guilty or not guilty, and that's it. And then if you say not guilty, we're going to send you to a future court date. And then honestly, I had no idea what was going on. Like, I just had no clue. And I asked my mom, and she'd never known, because I guess she's a good girl. She's never had to deal with that stuff before. So I really had no clue what was going on. And so as I was listening to everybody, like, they read off all their offenses and stuff, and they were being, I didn't hear the dollar amount. Where'd it go? I didn't hear the dollar amounts that were being charged, but like, I don't know. Anyways, it was really scary, so I decided to plead not guilty, even though I was guilty of not showing up for court, but like, I had reasons to, just because like, I didn't willfully skip out. Like, I honestly didn't have any idea. So I was like, okay, so they rescheduled it to, I believe it was a couple days ago? Yeah, it's a couple days now. It feels like it's been an eternity, but I was freaking out because it was President's Day, and I didn't realize I had to get a copy of my ticket. I'd lost my ticket, and then nowhere was open. I called like a bunch of different centers, like California Highway Patrol. I called like a bunch of different courts, and they kept me on hold like 3 different times, hung up on me 3 different times. It was it was a horrible time. I was freaking out. I was so stressed, and no adults around me. I guess I'm technically an adult, but older people with more experiences in their lives, no one could tell me what was going on. They didn't know what to do. They were just like, oh, you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. I'm like, okay, thanks. That's really reassuring. So I was just having like the worst day of my life, and I decided, I was like, okay, my time is tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. The place is really far, and it opens at 7:30. I'm gonna go at like 6 something in the morning so I can make it in time right for opening, and I'm gonna get them to give me my ticket because I think they can probably give it to me. They were all saying like, do you know the like location of the place that like issued your ticket? I'm like, I don't know. It doesn't tell me on any of these citations because I lost my ticket. If I had my ticket, I could probably tell you, but the reason I need my ticket, so I can't answer your question. Oh my god. So hold on, I have to briefly pause to think of like what quest I'm doing next. Yeah, I just don't want to think about this at all, but at the same time, I want to get my hands moving and get some quests done. You know what I'm saying? Love completing them quests. So anyways, I was just having the worst day of my life, and I decided to not sleep the night before because of a combination of another thing that was just sheer stupidity. So you've already seen that the art stream has gone up, and I was just a complete idiot. I really could have just left it, and it would have probably been okay. Like, not the best, but if you haven't seen it or seen the intro to it, the art stream archive that I put up, I'm super quiet in it compared to my friend Pearl in the stream. Hold on, let me finish petting my pig. Very essential stuff. Got to do the right timing. Anyways, give me a quick second while I pick a quest. Hold on. So yeah, I was super quiet compared to her, and it seems like in the stream people could hear me okay because I asked Berkeley, who was there. He said he could hear me just fine alongside pretty much the same level as her. But in the recording, for some reason, I turned out pretty quiet. You can hear what I'm saying all right if you have headphones on and if you have it at the appropriate volume where Pearl's voice won't blow your ears out, but you can still hear me okay. But if you take it off at earphones and just have it on your speaker on your desktop, ooh, excuse me, you really can't hear me okay. Like, I tested it multiple times to see if, like, is this okay? I think it's not okay. And I'm just like, oh. So I was just like, okay, I'm gonna be a complete idiot and decide that subtitling myself for the entire 3-hour stream would be a totally fine idea. Totally manageable. Not understanding, like, I'd never subtitled, and, like, subtitling, like, you know, like a regular episode, 20 minutes would probably be totally fine. But I decided that my very first time trying to subtitle something would be for a 3-hour video. That's such a good idea, Axus. You're such a freaking genius. So I started on it, and it started taking way longer than I thought. And this was like, I think I started it the night before my court date because I was just so antsy and there was just nothing I could really do. And I was just like, there's nothing I can do until tomorrow, right? So I was just so antsy, and I was like, I gotta do this. I gotta get an episode out. I don't have anything ready. Like, I just have no backlog right now. Even now, I'm still kind of just building stuff up. Oh, I should have said this in the beginning, but I'm gonna post some episodes on the weekend, basically just to make up for the 2 days that we didn't post something on the channel. I'm gonna post things to make up for that. So don't be confused when you see some weekend uploads this weekend. But, sorry, I'm getting a little lost in my thoughts now. What was I saying? Yeah, so I'm blessed Berkeley, he contributed and he also subtitled maybe like 20 to 40 minutes of it, and that takes like a lot of time. Like subtitling like 10 minutes takes like at least double or triple the time span of that. It's like, it's crazy. It takes a super long time. And it was just for subtitling me too. If we'd like tried to subtitle me and Pearl, it would have taken way longer. And there is like an auto-generated thing, and it does like put out timestamps and stuff for you, and then like it tries to predict what you say. But like y'all know how inaccurate the automated subs are on YouTube, and plus I was only trying to sub myself. I wasn't trying to do both of us, so that wouldn't have helped anyway. So anyways, that was just like adding so much stress. I basically only finished that subtitling yesterday. The timestamps are gonna be confusing, but anyways, it took me like several days to finish that, and it was just, I needed a break because I hadn't slept that entire night for the court date. So anyways, jumping back to that. So I was awake subtitling, and 6 or 6:30 was rolling around. I was like, all right, I gotta go. I gotta head out. So I head out, not having slept. I haven't pulled an all-nighter in so long. I was trying to recall the last time I'd pulled one, and it wasn't like that long ago. Oh, it was when I was doing testing for a license for something. But anyways, so that was like actually a couple months ago. But anyways, it had been a while since I'd pulled an all-nighter, and it's just, I'm not as young as I used to be. I can't be chill with it as much as I was in college when that was like a pretty regular thing, you know? I'm getting old. My body can't handle that stuff, okay? So, I was just really, really, really tired. It was really dangerous for me to be driving so far, because I had to go to Compton, about like 40 to 50 minutes away from where I am, and I made it there, and it's freezing. It's freezing cold. It has been so cold lately. For those of you who are in way colder climates, probably call me a baby, but look, for me, it was really cold, okay? I thought I was ready with like a light, nice little sweater, real cute cat sweater. No, it was freezing. So I'm tired, I'm freezing, I'm delirious, and like I'm there right at 7:30 just as it's opening, and there's a freaking huge ass line. It's gigantic. There's so many people ready to fly right into court because they all gotta get stuff taken care of too. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. And I go in after like a super long time of waiting outside in the freezing cold, and I have to wait in this other line to like get my ticket right before court day. I only have, or court time. I have like less than an hour. I'm freaking out in line, and some guy comes in and cuts me too. I wasn't paying attention. He was like claiming he was there earlier, and maybe he was, but he wasn't real like gracious about it. He's just like, oh, he just like kind of rolls in, and he's just like, I was here earlier, and I was like, yeah, okay, whatever, bub. I'm in a real bad mood right now. I'm about to slap your face, okay? So, thank God, the lady at the counter, she seems really, ow! Did you just slam me with the rock? I think you missed the bear off and slammed me instead. What are y'all doing? Okay, girl? She's like real professional. I'm just like, excuse me, miss, I'm so sorry. My court time is in about 10 minutes, and I can't find my ticket. I've lost it, and I'm just like panicking, right? I'm just like mumbling at her. Oh, I'm actually gonna die, am I? I should probably pay attention to my health. I've not been really thinking about fighting this entire time. Anyways, and I'm just like, and I'm freaking out, and this is all the information I have about my ticket here, and I just hand her the like other citation paper that I have that kind of doesn't have all the information about everything. By the way, on that little citation thing, it said my bail amount was $847, and look, it's really hard to look up info on this stuff about like the legalities of stuff and like what this all means, and I was like, okay, bail. How does that work? Am I paying this because that's how much I'm being charged? Like, is this how much I'm being charged? Or is this like, Berkeley like he saw somewhere maybe it might have meant like, oh, it's like kind of a deposit or something. They'll give it back to you if you like do a certain thing. We really weren't sure about what it meant. It just didn't state clearly on this piece of paper, this dumb piece of paper, right? So I was freaking out about this dollar amount. That's what was getting me so worried, just getting me gray hairs. We'd already had to pay a ridiculous amount just to update my registration. I was not gonna pay an extra $847 on top of that for something so stupid as, like, me not knowing to show up in court even though I'd already fixed the error, right? So anyways, she pulls up my ticket real fast, and I guess it's because this courthouse was the location of like, whoa, dude! That was like 3D right there. That scared the hell out of me. Friggin' pulling that Dragonator while I'm trying to talk. Yeah, so she pulls out my ticket real fast because I think they were the issuing, like, county that gave me the ticket. That's probably why. They had it on hand. Other places were saying, like, oh, we don't all share the same database. You got to find the specific one. But I didn't know. I couldn't tell. Sorry, I'm real heated right now. So anyways, she hands me the ticket, but I don't have time to get, like, an officer to sign it off for me. I think that was part of the process. Like, in order to prove that you corrected your error, you got to get an officer to sign off your ticket, right? No time. 8:30's rolling around. I gotta go upstairs to friggin' court, right? And like, I go up there, I'm so confused. There's all these different lines. There's all these different things like, oh, look here to see if you're supposed to show up in court today. I look at it. My name's not on there. I'm just like, what's going on? What's this line for? And finally, eventually, the lady's like, hey, if you're in this courtroom today, come on in. It's your time. And I'm like, okay, I think that's where I am. So I go in and it takes like a whole hour or something before anything really happens. We're all just sitting there. She's roll calling, which is very important. So that's totally understandable. But it takes a really long time. I am falling asleep. Like I cannot stay awake. I'm just dying, right? I'm picking arenas, by the way, because then I don't have to run around and think about it. So I'm just going to keep doing that if you don't mind. So I'm falling asleep and like I was laughing because people probably thought I was crazy when I forget, I think one lady was like, all right, is there anyone else's name who I haven't called? And as she said that right at that moment, I shook my head furiously. I was like, no. Like I shook my head furiously, right? So people probably thought I was crazy. Like, what is wrong with this girl? Like, why is she gotta react like that? Like, what is up with her, right? It's because I was trying to keep myself awake. I was trying to shake the sleep off because I was like passing out right in my seat. So I was just like, I shook my head furiously just as she asked that question, and it didn't register to me later that like that probably was a strange coincidence that people were very confused about. Excuse me, I'm getting too excited. So I slap my face a bunch and I'm like trying to stay awake. And finally, eventually, like I'm so scared, right? I'm like preparing in my head my speech over and over, like what I'm gonna say. Like, I'm so sorry. Like I really was unaware. It was a result of my lack of understanding, but I did correct it. I just wasn't sure of the proper procedure. I was so ready to just appeal the hell out of myself. Just be like, please, I am just a young woman, like just very confused. Like I meant no harm, okay? I was so ready, right? Eventually, they kind of start calling ticket numbers and names again, right? And I'm like, what's going on? Like, didn't we already go through this? Like, what's happening? Are we not getting started yet? And like, slowly, one by one, she's calling up a bunch of people, but not everybody, right? She's not calling up everybody. And I'm like, okay. And oh my God. So eventually, she finishes calling up everybody's name, right? And she's like, the following people who I have just called, who have remained standing, your officer is not present in court today, therefore, your charge has been dismissed and you are free to go. And I was like, what? Wait, what? No, it can't be that easy. What? You're joking me, right? There's like probably some other extra hidden procedure on top of this, right? There's like strings attached to this, right? Can't be that easy. And I'm just like, everyone is like getting up and you can audibly, like everyone's not even trying to hide it, right? I'm sure the judge is on our side too with that kind of thing. Maybe. I don't know what the judge is thinking, but like everybody's getting them. They're just like, oh my God, thank Jesus. Like, oh Christ. Oh, thank goodness. You know, they were all just like audibly saying that as we were like all filing out of the court. And I was just like in disbelief and like delirium, just following everyone out to like, they were like, oh, they had to go out to go down the hall to like get a piece of paper to prove that your charge had been dismissed. And I was just following everyone, listening to them like, oh my God, thank God, you know, blah, 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 all this stuff. They were just discussing it. I was just, it was crazy because again, I just not slept. I felt like so out of it. It was like a weird, surreal moment. Oh my God, Paul Lumu. Hold on. Let me see if I can get him down because I don't have any teammates here right now. Let me see if I can flash bomb him down because he's just flying everywhere. Okay, baby, come on. Fly it back up in the air. All right, here we go. Oh, I gotta equip the flash bombs. Hold on, baby. This is too hard by myself right now. I'm trying to talk about the climactic end of my story. Here we go. Okay, so So I'm just following everyone, and everybody's just like saying their name, and then the lady just picks out a piece of paper and she hands it to them, and I'm just like, yeah, all right. So I like confidently come up and say my name too. I'm like, hell yeah, it's me. It's me, your girl. And they're just like, yeah, okay, here you go, free to go. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm just, yeah, my entire $847 charge dropped because the officer did not appear to testify. I did not know things worked like that. I had no idea of the court proceedings, and this was just crazy to me that this entire charge was dropped because of that. Like, wouldn't they want to charge everybody as much money as possible? That's the point. They want to get you for your crimes. They want to charge you a bunch of money. Why wouldn't the officer show up? Like, does he have a trillion of these things to show up to? Because like every time he writes tickets up to people, he's got to show up to every single one. Does he not want to go to every single one? I don't know. I have no idea. And I'm just like walking out of the courtroom. You know, I'd arrived in it during like dark times because it was like really early in the morning. I walk out, the daylight is streaming through, heavenly music playing from above. I'm just like, oh my God. It was the craziest. And just like a whole bunch of stress, like the entire huge, massive stress. Like this has been hanging over my head for months now. I tell you. It's been crazy, and it was just culminating to this one day where I was just like, I just wanted to die. I just wanted to die and curl up in a ball, and just, I was not ready to accept that huge charge. Just, oh my God. And my mom's out of the country right now. I immediately call her hoping she's awake. And she's got jet lag, so yes, she is awake, even though she's on the other side of the world. And she just listens to me tell her the entire story, and she just kind of laughs. She just kind of laughs at my relief. And she really didn't know how to help me. She really didn't know how any of this worked initially. So I just had to deal with it, you know? And like, I feel like, you know, I'm still kind of transitioning into a lot of the more like complicated things about adult life, I guess. And I felt like this was like the first time I really had to deal with this kind of sort of massive situation by myself. Like, Berkeley, thank you so much. You gave me so much moral support. I guess I'm just saying like in person, and just like, you know, I had to do all that by myself, and it was just an insane time for me. So I think I met up with Berkeley right after that. We had some lunch, and then I just passed out in my car for like a couple hours. We both met up somewhere else, kind of far from home, a little bit of a distance away from the courthouse, but I just knocked out in my car because I was like, it's way too dangerous for me to drive right now. Like I can't. Sometimes I'm like kind of tired, but I can still drive. I'm still like very lucid. I'm still very aware of what's going on. But like I could not process anything at that point, right? It was insane. Let me thumbs up too. Thumbs up too. The victorious part of my story. Thumbs up. Thumbs up, you guys. Yeah, and I even when I woke up, I was super groggy. It took me a long time to like, before I felt like I was even remotely ready to drive home. It was crazy. I just passed out the entire afternoon. I woke up, I drove home, super long drive home, and I passed out for the rest of the night. So there's the explanation of what's been going on in the past couple days, of why. Oh, I think someone sent me a guild card. Let me see if I can send one in return. Oh shoot, hold on, you guys, hold on. Who sent me a guild card? Oh God, receive? Slavenshire? Okay. Hold on, let me see if I can send you one before time runs out. Slavenshire. Send guild card. Yes. Did it. Nice. Done it. Oh, whew, just in time. Yeah, so on top of like being an idiot and trying to subtitle everything, I was so stubborn about that. I was like, I am too far in to back out on this now. Like, I have to do this. So on top of being an idiot trying to subtitle a 3-hour thing, which I spent a lot of the subsequent days on. Like, the subsequent days, I spent hours just doing that. And if people don't watch it, that is fine. Really, it was the satisfaction of just getting that done. Just for my own satisfaction of, like, I feel like it's really hard to hear me. I feel like this is a matter that should be done. I'm gonna do it. And bless you, Berkeley, for helping with that workload. I'm such an idiot, though. I'm never doing that again. Guys, just slap me. Just be like, it's fine, okay? I can hear you, okay? And if I can't, that's fine. Just move on to the next thing, okay? So here I am. I finally have enough energy after recovering from that all-nighter. It took me a while to really recover from it. And here I am trying to catch up. Thank you if you watched this for just letting me rant. the entire time. I just really wanted to talk about it because it was just a massive headache, massive stress. It was the worst. It was the absolute worst. It felt horrible. Let me pick up my pig just to make me feel a little bit better. Come here, Juniper, my baby. Yeah, so, and then I kind of wanted to just get my hands moving, have some gameplay in the background. Hope you enjoyed that story. I don't know if it was the most interesting, but it was a very exciting time in my life, that's for sure. So yeah, just to repeat, I'm gonna be uploading some stuff over the weekend. I don't know what's really going out yet. I have some plans to continue a series that we kind of, not dropped, but just stopped doing for a while. So I kind of want to pick back up on an older series. I kind of want to throw out a drawing video. I don't really know what's coming up, but thank you guys for being incredible. Maybe we'll play some more Monster Hunter later and actually do some hard stuff and actually talk about the game. We will see. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for listening. You guys are awesome. Have a great day, and I will see you next time. This is Axus, over and out.